What's up, guys? Welcome to
the Simple Man Podcast
with the Simple Men.
Simple
Smooth brain simpletons.
Smooth brain simpletons.
We got Nicky Rod, aka
the Black Belt Slayer, aka
the Demon Hunter.
We got Damien
Could've been
Anderson,
better.
aka Damien,
I was gonna say that.
and we
got Ethan Crelinsten, no AKA. I'm just known as that.
Ethan.
One
You need
thing.
a nickname.
When it comes, it comes. But I mean,
This is the Simple Man Podcast with the Simple Men.
yes.
Yes.
So, Nicky Rod, when you started jiu-jitsu, how big was your following?
When I started jits, like 30K.
30K, and now you're at what?
Like 210, something like that.
And
210-ish.
how'd you even build that? How'd you build that?
Okay, so I made a decision in 2016 to start posting every day on Instagram. It was like right after my first year of college. I saw these like average looking guys on Instagram making money, getting sponsors or whatever, and I was like,
And then you're like, I'm an above average looking guy.
I was like, I'm literally a man dime. I can out angle these normies.
Why am I not making?
Yeah.
Money.
So probably took me like 2 years to get like 30K just posting, and it was really just pictures and workout videos every day. I picked up modeling. I picked up some modeling. Like I signed with Wilhelmina Fitness for like fitness modeling and shit like that. So it was good. You know.
So for, I guess, like up-and-coming grapplers, how big do you think the name actually means? Or the following, rather?
The following, dude, you gotta have a following. Like if you're not I mean, if you, it's almost like you're worth more the more eyes that are on you, right? Like it's really that simple. You can have no skill, but if you have 1 million followers, you come and do a jiu-jitsu match, more people are gonna watch you. So that's what's really
Brands
about.
want to be on you.
Yes,
and people wanna sign
obviously,
you.
you, like being the best. Like not everybody's goal is to be the fucking best in their weight class or best in the world, but like that's a different standard. But like at the very least, if you can produce an audience, then you can become valuable to promotions and anybody else that wants to.
And that basically leads to money, with sponsorships, right? Brands that want to
Yeah.
put their patches or just like want to sponsor you in general.
Just about eyes on you in general, right?
Yeah, for sure. Just eyes on you in general. So like even like my first like jits matches, I was getting like $500 because I had like 30K, and in jits you have 30,000, you're like top like 10%, So yeah, it's for sure it's important, and you can do it just by consistency. Like for sure, I try to find my niche in lifting and jits and modeling and stuff, but I think everybody has to find their angle in life.
Yeah, like their actual, their following. Like, what do they follow you for? Is it for, like, I feel like with Craig, obviously it's jiu-jitsu, but he's also funny.
Yeah.
Right. So like a lot
He's
of
not
his
funny.
funny looking.
He's more hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So for up and coming grapplers, right? Would you say that finding why people follow them and then posting that stuff will help them build their following more, or consistent?
Yeah,
posting?
consistency first, and then with that comes like learning like what are you good at, what looks good on camera that you do, do you have a personality? Like it's important to try to put your personality out there, but
Stake out a brand. Like you clearly made it like, biceps and jiu-jitsu, shirtless pics, all that American shit. You're like the trademark for that whole brand in jiu-jitsu. Like anyone else that does that now, it's kind of like you trailblaze that shit. So that's good. That's big.
You guys ever work a normal job, a 9 to 5?
I've had like part-time jobs. Yeah, I've never like a after like career path job, just like random summer jobs and shit.
I had jobs. I've done like public works in the summer where we just go around like cut grass, and dude, honestly, I would like it'd be 8-hour days, and I'd spend like 4 hours sleeping in the truck, and the other 4 riding a lawnmower, the wheelies on it, and like it was
Hell yeah,
pretty great. Yeah. So
do wheelies on the lawn with like a blade spinning underneath it. That's good.
Jacked ass Nicky Rod,
Yeah.
big ass lawn.
Yep.
Awesome,
I'd be bouncing, so after chest day, I'd be a bit sore, and the titties would be like jumping on the lawnmower.
Titties jiggling.
So you're working it right.
Yeah.
The titties are jiggling.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I
What
did
about you?
Home Depot too, and I was a bouncer for a little bit.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Classic.
How about you?
Yeah, I worked a few part-time jobs when I was in college. I did 2 years while doing jiu-jitsu. I was a server and a caddy, and then I wasn't able to train on the weekends.
Golf course caddy?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you just get
They make good money.
They make
good
decent
tips.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, decent money, man. Like, you go out there for 4 hours, you double bag, you make like a couple $100.
Does anybody mean to you?
As a caddy, no. Well, if you're a caddy and you lose their ball, it's a huge deal. Like,
Isn't there more balls?
well, you got to play where it lands. So it's like your whole job as a caddy is to like watch the ball
And see where it lands and take them
and
there.
you have to take them to it. Yeah, so they'll hit it. They won't even look. They'll go on their phone or something, and
you have to,
they
like-
follow you. So you have to like watch where it goes, or like you'll walk 100 yards out or whatever, and then make sure that you're able to see where it goes and you find it. But there's a couple times where I've lost the ball and it's like
They get mad at you?
they get pissed. Yeah.
What's the worst they ever like cuss you out?
Not cuss, but like they're not nice to you. They might not even tip well after that. It's like it's a big deal. And like
shit.
if you lose the ball, like they're not gonna ask
Not
for
gonna
you
tip
again.
you or-
They're
okay.
not gonna tip you well. The caddy master might be hesitant to put you with higher paying guys. It's like
So you'll make less money and everything. Yeah.
exactly. But I was a caddy, and then I couldn't train on the weekend. So then that's how I started managing at the time Gary's gym because I needed to train on the weekends to go to Henzo's. So that's what happened there. But
I used to push carts at Home Depot, and I would make it a workout, right? Because it'd be like 100 degrees in the summer.
course.
I'd be like, how many carts can I push?
Yes.
All the way across the lot, and I'll just do that shit all day.
Jesus.
Amazing.
That actually reminds me. Everything with you is a workout. Everything is training. We had a barbecue like a month ago, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'll come over to Nicky Rod's for a barbecue. The man brings out a barbell. He's like, all right, let's get a workout. And I'm like, man, we just ate some steak and burgers. Like, we're really gonna work out?
It's time to get jacked.
Are you like that all the
always.
time?
Yeah. It's fun for me, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I like getting the most out of my time, and like if I'm just sitting around on my phone, I was like, I might as well just go lift or something, put a podcast.
Effort's fun. It feels good.
Yeah, for sure. And there's times of work when like working really hard is also really fun. Like in here, obviously you're like going till you can't go anymore, but it's fun. I think that's fun,
What do you guys think? Is there a balance between overtraining and being lazy? Like sometimes, initially, it's like if you weren't training 3 times a day minimum, then you're just being lazy. But then obviously that leads into injuries. So like, where do you guys find the good balance?
I think overtraining. The first part of overtraining is bad recovery. I think if you're not getting 8 hours of sleep bare minimum, you're not eating the amount of protein calories that you need, and I think those are the first 2 steps to avoid overtraining.
Yeah, like if you're not taking your recovery seriously, then you can't say I'm overtraining. You're just gonna ramp down your training, but you're missing out on like recovery. You have to treat like if you want to do this professionally, you have to try and be a professional athlete. Like there's not like big teams, like we're not NBA, NFL, so you have to kind of like figure it out for yourself. So if you're not like spending as much time recovering as you are training, then you're just doing it to yourself. You're like overtraining. You're not recovering enough actively. You don't just sit down and like sit on the couch and wait. Like okay, I have like 8 hours and then I'm gonna sleep and then train the next day. Like you gotta do shit to recover. Like whatever it is,
I think like you look at some of the. What's that machine that like blasts like electricity to your muscles?
TENS unit.
TENS, right? So the idea of that is just to put more blood in that certain area, right? You're like sending pulsing, blood there.
Maybe.
I think right?
No, I think.
Someone out there will hear this and be like, no, maybe, but I don't know.
If I'm
that.
correct, then that's how I use lifting as a bit of rehab to put more blood in those areas that I need work on.
So are you lifting
Lift
like
to
heavy
recover.
Shit? Yeah.
You heard it here.
Yes. Well, both. Sometimes I lift for purpose. Maybe I'm trying to build a back. Other times I have something I'm dealing with, so I'll put more blood in that area. Maybe it's a shoulder, a knee, a foot. You do things for rehab, but in general, I think it's good to engage the muscles that you aren't using it here at home or at the gym. That way you can keep
I agree.
Balances out your body too. Like if you're constantly like playing guard and wrestling one side forward, 1 foot forward, whatever, you're gonna look like a goblin.
Gremlin.
Yeah, like those Lord of the Rings orcs with like the shield melted into their skin. They're just like, so you gotta
there's workouts
symmetry,
that like as an athlete or just as a human in general boost your test. So like things like deadlifts, Olympic lifts, when you're like power cleaning and rowing and things like that, they'll engage your core and engage your nervous system. So you're boosting your test and you're burning more calories for a longer period of time.
Yeah. What about people that say, so I guess for the up and coming grapplers, so say you're a white belt, you just started. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like maybe like 6 months in to jiu-jitsu, I realized that everybody else that I was training with, they're trying to do this professionally. At the time, the only person that was really successful was Gary. Like Gordon and Nicky weren't names yet, but I noticed that they wanted to try to do it professionally. Where do you think, I guess I'm asking like, what would you say to the people that are like, you're training but you're not working a real job? So are you being lazy versus just dedicating your entire life to it?
My personal experience, I when I decided to start jits and commit to it, I said, all right, I'm only gonna do enough so I can have money to feed myself and get the training. I didn't have much bills because I lived at home at the time, my parents, so gas to get the training, food, and I'm good.
That's it. Just travel light.
Yep.
Keep your expenses as close to zero as possible, and just
and set a schedule too.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. If you're trying to do it like full time, be a professional athlete, I think you have to set a schedule and say year round, this is what I'm going to do in order to make progress and continue to grow.
Do you think what are the downsides would be, like working a job? Like say you train.
You got to put all your eggs in one. Like you got to go all out, or you're not going to beat the guys that do go all out. Like if you're like, I might fail. Okay, you're like planning for failure. That's arguably smart, but you're also like taking energy and effort out of. You're like planning to fail, so it's pros and cons of that. Like you're gonna maybe set yourself up to fail. Like if you're competing with someone who has been like, there is no room for failure. I'm all out in jiu-jitsu. If I don't make it in here, I'm gonna be homeless. He's probably gonna be working harder. He's probably gonna be hungrier for it. He's gonna need it more than you. So
even if you're not trying to be the best grappler in the world, but you want to have a career in jits, like a quick blueprint would just be, all right, commit your time so you can become a black belt within a certain amount of time. Also, throughout that time, develop content. Right, if you're trying to fully just be jits, no matter what, you can become a black belt over time. If you're competent, you can own your own school. You can. Before that, you can produce content that people want to view and learn from, right? If you're producing content, people see value in you, and so they're going to want to come back to your page. So if you're doing that for the 5, 6, 8 years that takes you to get a black belt, eventually you're going to produce a following and some people that are committed to you, and then you can open your own gym. And
you're going to do that passively also, just by trying to be good and beating guys out there. If you're just filming it as you do it, you're gonna build a following. It's passive almost, like you just kind of people want to see you do it.
And if you're a good person too, you're gonna meet people that are gonna benefit your life, and it's gonna be a mutual thing.
Yeah, you network along the way for sure. Yeah. No. I mean, you got your own gym going. You you're not even close to the end of your career. You got a following, you got a gym.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely true. With my gym, it's actually perfect because my business partner is able to be the head instructor, and I'll just manage the back end, which only needs a laptop, which is very anywhere I travel, I'm able to just handle whatever I have to handle on my laptop with the power of the internet.
Yeah, the power of the internet.
Let's
talk ADCC, man.
Fuck.
ADCC.
Abu Dhabi Combat Club.
Yeah, so
ADCC.
For those who are watching,
it's fucking close.
That's it. That's ADCC.
Dude,
that's it,
sorry,
man. Save it. Crank it. Save it for 1 month, pretty much 1 month from today, essentially.
Yeah. We're probably gonna release this in the future. So
triggered something in
just
there.
Woke up Nicky Rod. You see that shit, dude? ADCC. This fucking guy.
How many
nowhere,
months?
man.
How many months for that last ADCC? How many months?
I don't even remember, bro. It was about 14 months last ADCC.
I don't even remember 14 months. 7 days.
14 months, 17 seconds. But I don't even know, man. I don't keep track at all.
I don't know at all.
Yeah. No, this guy came into Henzo's out of nowhere. Because people come into Henzo's all the time. So, you see some guy. I don't know if you see this guy come in. He's like, oh, okay, another wrestler. He's gonna like come and go or whatever. And then like you were there like every day. I'm like, oh wow, no one really just comes and goes and does it this much. So you started training with us more and more and more, and then you did really well at East Coast Trials. Really well at East Coast Trials. Like you like sumoed that Santa Claus looking guy.
Oh, he was huge.
And then who Tex?
Well, no, I lost to another wrestler, something Hudson Taylor, right?
Hudson Taylor.
NCAA wrestler.
He's
like
good. He's good.
Yeah, at one point he had like the most pins or tech falls in Division I history.
Dude, yeah, that's
really?
like
a substantial amount of time. Yeah,
that's under the radar,
bro. And if you
know?
look at like wrestling wise, I out wrestled him. Right, I took him down multiple times. But
he's still salty about it.
oh,
See?
I mean for sure.
But if you look at it,
If you look at it, I did beat him, and I was better, and I was better looking, and my arms were bigger, and I should have won.
Dude, for
Anyway.
sure, I was yoked during that event. I was like 215, but I was shredded, bro. Like, oh, I look so good.
How-
did
do
he
you-
win it? Did he win the whole thing?
No, he got knee barred by Tex in the finals.
How did he scored on you, or it went to?
So
how did
he scored
score
on me, right? I'm a dog. I just want to score all the time. So I shot like 100 fucking times.
Yeah.
I take him down like 5 out of my 5 shots, and then on the 6th shot,
I don't know how that matters.
It all happened before points. It must have. Yeah.
So every time I take him down, he like turtles and gets out or like scrambles and stands back up. But then I take a bad shot. He pancakes me to the back, collects his fucking points for side control, and then I scramble up and I just take him down again. The turtle, he gets away, and I'm just. But every time
You still didn't figure out the takedown to jiu-jitsu points.
I did.
Obviously,
Yeah,
wrestling, you took him down 100 times, but like. That's the biggest thing for all these like NCAA a million accolades wrestlers. Like if you can't you basically have to pin the guy to score, which is like fucking really
it's
hard.
difficult.
To
You
score
have to
2 points, you got to pin the guy.
pin them or get 2 boots
Or
in
get
to
boots
score,
in, yeah.
which is it's hard. Imagine every
hard at
wrestling
first,
match,
yeah.
But instead of just taking down and then like you cut them, you have to fucking pin them to score. It's insane. So
Or
it's
you
so hard.
threaten, like now it looks like what you do in training is like you threaten the back, but if they do start to like fight the back, then you go body lock and you actually get your takedown.
Dude, it's so hard to score under ADCC rule sets. People don't even realize how hard it actually is to score in that rule set. It is fucking difficult.
On a good grappler, like man, you have to threaten taking their back and also stop them from standing up.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard. They have to kind of quit to score. They have to like give up the movement, give up the scramble.
Yeah.
You've done how many trials now? One trials.
One was that West Coast
The
trials.
biggest, the only trials you've done is the biggest.
How come you
trials.
didn't do the previous year?
So I was injured for all the previous ones. So 2016, I started
What was the first one you intended to do?
East Coast Trials.
What year?
2017? 21. No, 2021.
Why weren't you gonna do them back
Well,
then?
it was 2016. I was a white belt.
2016.
2016, yeah.
Wow.
There was
that was before I was even at Henzo's.
Yeah, well,
Actually-
which one did you win when you beat Keith in the finals?
20.
That was East Coast somewhere. I was there.
That was East Coast.
That was what
That
year
was
was
the
that?
second. So that was 2018 for
Okay.
2019.
Okay, 2018.
that's the one
Yeah.
I-
So
That's
actually,
the one. Yeah.
I started training
Yeah.
in 2016. So then 2018 was my first trials.
2018.
Yeah.
So that's the one you were at.
That's
you,
the one
you
that
won. The first
That was the first trials that I would have been able to do.
Yes.
Was
Oh
that-
yeah.
yeah. And then,
that's the second one I won. Yeah. The first one was with me and Nicky in 20.
West Coast. That was West
Yeah,
Coast.
West Coast.
2017 or something like that. 2018,
something
something like that.
No, 2017. It was for 2017 ADCC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I was injured for that one, and then so I was gonna do 2021 East Coast Trials because
Yeah.
because of coronavirus it pushed everything back a year.
Yeah.
And then leading up, I think on that Tuesday, I was supposed to leave Thursday.
That was the East Coast Trials that Cole Abate won.
That one exactly.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
registered to do that one.
That's also a big one, but yeah.
Yeah. At that time that was the biggest
Yeah, up to
trials
then,
to do
and
up until
yeah.
then. And then I ended up getting hurt that Tuesday during a wrestling round.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up like hurting, like my back spazzed up or whatever because I was doing so much wrestling.
He's a spaz, man.
Yeah. So hurt my back.
Doing
'cause
spazzy shit out of some move. You hurt yourself, man.
Yeah. So then I had to pull out of that. So then there was West Coast coming up. And
then you got into some Instagram beef with some guy, right? Who said like,
yeah,
oh,
he said that I pulled out.
Shit.
He was like, you were afraid to pull out. And I was like, first of all, why would it be?
It was actually me and a fake account. I'm like,
yes. I was like trying to tell him, I was like, why would I be afraid? This is like every grappler's dream. But yeah, so then
they're demons.
So he was like, you were afraid to do it. I was like, no, I've already fought the bigger names that have been in, like the guys that were favorites to win. I fought all of them already. It's like, why would I be afraid?
He's a salty subject. He's getting defensive. We're just asking questions, man. It's okay.
So then West Coast Trials came around, competed there, and then ended up losing in the semifinals to Keith, who won the whole thing, which is like, it is what it is.
Okay, so we're just talking about sponsors for the next ADCC. There's like Prime, Logan Paul's brand just picked it up.
Joe Rogan podcast as well.
Joe Rogan.
Experience, yeah.
I don't even know.
There's cash?
Yeah,
well, I think they're they're actually sponsoring the event.
I heard that.
Oh no, it's
Let's
like
see.
Meta versus Dog or something like that.
I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of heavy hitters there.
The whole
Zuckerberg
crypto
might
thing
be
is
there,
like-
right?
It's a bit of a gamble,
For sure. It's scary, man. You see like your whole portfolio just go to minus 90%.
It happens quick too.
Oh yeah. Super
All right.
fucking quick.
Royal Group, Terrawolf, Flow Sports, One, Future Kimonos, Kings, Browse. I don't know, this dog. It's crypto, a dog in crypto. Fanatics, Joe Rogan. Oh my God, man.
Wow.
A lot of sponsors.
There's gonna be 13,000 people there. Over 13,000 people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's insane.
Vegas is gonna be packed too.
Yeah,
Dude, we
'cause
have
it's
a mansion in Vegas.
Yeah, we're gonna be staying in a mansion. 17 beds.
Yeah.
Holy
It's
guacamole.
by 4 bedrooms and 17 beds.
Yeah.
We're all this.
Yeah. I'm
Be fucked.
We got a basketball court back there.
I know.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
It's supposed to be
Basketball
nice.
court,
Craig
pool.
said he was there. I trust his judgment.
Craig's been to that same place before?
I think he said it's where like Izzy and Volkanovski stayed when they were in Vegas.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It can't be
they
that
got
bad.
it. Definitely
I'm
gonna
sure
be
it's
good.
gonna be good.
If Craig's willing to stay with us,
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
it has to be.
For sure.
Nice.
We went to a seminar like in Ohio, and Craig like stayed in like this shitty hotel as opposed to the guy's place. He had like a nice furnished basement, rooms, mattresses. It was perfect.
He's
And
a
he was like,
lone
"I'll stay in
soldier.
this
He
fucking
doesn't
shitty
like.
hotel."
Yeah, he likes his
He's
privacy.
definitely a loner, man.
Yeah.
Who's cutting weight? Me, Nicky,
That's it.
and you.
Well, me, yeah, it's top reserve, but
What day are you gonna say, all right, I'm done cutting weight, and will you be relieved? Like Friday, if it's like
Well, if he makes it, he got weigh in every day.
yeah.
no, so the day ADCC comes in, and let's say there's no injuries or pullouts or whatever. What day do you call it? Is it Friday or is it like?
Well, I have to weigh in the Friday before.
Oh, you're gonna weigh in regardless.
I have to weigh in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're 100% gonna make that.
I
Like, it's
have
not
to,
like
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because it's like everybody can weigh in properly Friday the day before, but Saturday morning if they miss weight,
Then you're
I'm in exactly.
Okay.
So I 100% have to make weight.
Just like salt someone's.
Slip somebody some carbs.
Right? Or you? I'll throw some fucking
come
powdered Pedialyte or something in there.
Yeah, it's sugar free. Don't worry.
Just absorb so much water.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, the weight cut is definitely annoying. There's
The
some of
hydra-
these guys.
the dehydration. You ever dehydrate yourself?
Yeah, I mean that's usually what I do for weight cuts. I get within like 5 pounds. I don't do much, but like get within 5 pounds and then dehydrate.
So what do you like for this one? Like you can't really because you're gonna have to dehydrate yourself and then compete. Yeah. You know, so it's like if it's day before, oh my god, that would
that's
be
fine.
so. I mean, not like easy, but it would be so much more doable to.
It'd be pretty
to
easy.
perform.
Big.
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
Them boys will be big.
Yeah, yeah.
Some
you
of
put
those,
back on like
some of
another
the
10.
guys that are in the tournament at 66, I'm so curious how they're making weight.
like me.
Like you're huge. No, but like Fabricio Andre looks huge.
Isn't he short?
I don't know how short he is, but
I've
that
never
dude
seen him in
looked
person.
Huge.
That's the guy
I
that
don't
just
know.
had a match, right?
Yeah, with Fabian.
That huge hip toss.
Yeah, big hip toss.
That's nice.
That was a pretty good hip toss.
I would have gotten his back.
Yeah, for sure. We're totally.
But yeah, he looked big.
Actually,
Gary's
no, he had a
big.
wizard, yeah. Yeah,
Gary-
Gary's looks
This could
like
be,
he's,
like, his biggest
he's
cut.
cutting a lot. Who's cutting the most in 66?
For sure, Gary.
For sure, Gary.
For sure. I mean, he
Yeah.
walks around like over 170.
Yeah,
It's like nobody's that.
He cut to 170 a little bit, right? Nothing crazy.
Yeah,
but
nothing
he
crazy,
cut to
but yeah, you
170.
have to cut. I think like last ADCC, he still had to like sweat off some pounds
Yeah.
or whatever, and that was at 170. So he's like, he has to do a huge diet for sure. That has to be rough on him. I wonder what Kolabate weighs, because he looks.
I wonder
boy.
too. I don't know.
He looks
yeah.
huge on Instagram at least.
Pretty dense.
Dude,
Everyone looks huge on Instagram now.
Yeah.
especially me.
Especially
Me.
Yeah.
I'm huge.
How do you make it, man?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the weight cut's
Figuring
definitely going to be big. What do you do as soon as you weigh in? So say first day or second day rather.
IV.
You're going to IV.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the best
with a needle?
way.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's the best.
That is the best
If
way.
you're dehydrated and you get an IV, you feel it instantaneously.
Really, yeah.
Yes. If you're
Can you just never
hydrated-
drink water and always go IV for the rest of your life?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would assume that's
Just
okay.
never.
Yeah.
Right? It's pure
Every
hydration.
time you get cotton mouth, you just say, I just toss it in there.
I do it because I
Probably.
like the pain.
Is it
Yeah.
this? You put it here?
Yeah.
You gotten it done before?
Yeah.
Like-
but
like
never
IV
when I was
for
dehydrated.
dehydration, I'm
No,
saying.
never when I was like after a cut. But apparently, so MMA fighters who have done it say like if you're already hydrated, you don't feel much. Which I've done IVs before, but I'm not cutting, so
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that great. Definitely like you feel a little better. You're pissing clear for a little bit, but. They've told me like when you're dehydrated after like a bath or a sauna or something, you weigh in and then you get the IV, you feel like your life force coming back and everything. So yeah,
I mean, for sure, that is the most efficient way to
It is,
dehydrate
yes.
because it doesn't have to go through your digestive system.
just
or
straight
whatever.
into your bloodstream, straight into
Yeah.
your muscles and
Wow.
cells and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, I am very smart, so it should be whatever I do is
Among the
really.
smartest.
I'm one of the smarterest.
The smarter.
What's your IQ?
A million.
A million.
Yeah, I got it tested. It's like 100 million actually.
Oh, mine's about
Yeah.
100 million in one.
Oh, mine is about 100,000,001 plus whatever you say times infinity. All right. Anyway, yeah, man.
But you don't have to cut. You're in the biggest weight class, right, Nicky Rod?
Yeah, no, I don't do any of that.
Have you ever cut weight for jiu-jitsu? Not for wrestling?
Yeah, I did 205.
That's a pretty.
how was that?
cut, yeah.
I was probably 225.
Wow.
Cut to 205. Yeah.
When?
Before it must have been like my 6 weeks of training. I did a Man of War tournament. Oh no, this was after the tournament. So it was a super fight. They gave me $500 to pull up, and it was
Back in the day, money.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a white belt myself, white belt wrestler versus a blue belt, and I Kimured him, and got a good old Paparuski on there.
Oof.
Nice.
We know about
He wasn't
those.
writing any letters anytime soon. You know,
Oh shit. How do you guys feel before competition? Like a lot of people ask about pre-competition nerves or competition rituals. What do you guys feel with your anxiety leading up to a match, or like how has it gotten better, or how do you deal with it better?
I think I have like phases. Like definitely at the beginning of my jiu-jitsu life, I just didn't really understand it, so I had almost no nerves for whatever reason. I remember being like, I don't really care. Like I can lose, win, do well, bad. It doesn't really matter. And I think the more pressure you put on yourself, most of it's just artificial. Like yeah, matches tend to matter more. Like the more eyes there are on you, but like at the same time, you're not gonna die. It's not the end of the world, but it does affect your life more, right? Like a win and a loss now is gonna do a lot more for you than it would back in the day. So
Yeah, I feel like as like my brand gets bigger,
it matters
it's like
more
it matters
if you
more
lose.
because it's
and
like
it matters more if you win.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this guy just beat this person or whatever. What do you feel?
yeah.
Yeah, I think you can only go up if you're training hard, training frequently. Like you can only get better. Jiu-jitsu is a weird sport where like if you lose, people just kind of forget about it. But if you win, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe you just won. You know, as in fighting, like when you lose, I feel like it sticks with you a lot more.
You have a
Beat the
record.
crap out
You
of
have
you.
you also
Yeah.
you get fucked up and you have it's on your record. Like jiu-jitsu is
No, we don't know our records.
Yeah.
yeah, no one really cares about your record. It's just like it's about like the quality.
They care about like
more.
what's your best win. Like
Yeah.
that's what they care
What have
about
you
more.
done?
Yeah.
What stuff have you won? Who have you beat? You know, it's all about your last match. Honestly, that's what I think people care the most about, or your last match, your last like big match, maybe.
So I guess if somebody was coming up, what would be advice that you guys would give them? Be like, hey, I'm getting nervous before competition. What would you guys say to them?
I would say it doesn't matter. Like nothing really matters. Like
Yeah, I would second that exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That. It doesn't matter.
That's actually what I said.
just
Yeah.
go out there and like
See
you
what happens,
Fuck shit
yeah.
up, but it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing matters.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna, if you can firmly believe, genuinely believe, it doesn't matter. You will
Yeah.
probably compete at your
Perform
best.
better.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I look
Yeah.
at competitions, I'm like who is this person competing? You know what
Dude,
I mean?
yeah,
Like-
yeah. And the ones where I cared the least about were usually the ones where I performed the best, at least to the best of my ability. Like win or lose, I just like you have less anxiety, so it's like more enjoyable.
And I put myself in competition mode a lot in practice. So like, you know, I'm able to kind of engage and treat some rounds like competition. So
I used to get nervous before training sometimes. I remember that.
for
Yeah.
sure. Like most days.
Not yet. Yeah, I
for
remember
sure.
we actually had this conversation a while ago. Like, not in a bad way. I would just be like, I know how hard I'm about to work, and like, am I hydrated? Did I eat enough? Did I eat too much? Oh, like, did I sleep well? And like, had all these things. I'm
It's like you build anxiety because
Yeah.
you know how hard you're about to
yeah,
try.
you know you're about to redline and like to the death exhaust yourself. So you're like, fuck, all right, let's go. Let's go.
Actually, I would feel the same way, but
know?
before MMA training with John
Yeah,
and
for
Gary.
MMA is more for sure.
Yeah, especially in the
For sure.
beginning when I didn't like.
Because if you're off in a jiu-jitsu practice, all right, you get subbed, you get your guard pass, whatever, it sucks. But if you're off in an MMA practice, you're gonna
You're gonna
your
get hit in the face. Yeah.
cracked up, yeah. So,
Fuck. I do.
You
I
ever
do
been
remember
cracked
that.
hard in striking?
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Oh
mean, it's
my
happened.
God,
It hasn't
that's
happened a lot, but
definitely a big factor in why I stopped doing MMA. Oh my god.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
definitely like you gotta trust your training partners with MMA. But I've been cracked a couple times. Yeah, not
Have
like.
you done crack?
Huh? Have I done crack? Crack like
Only
you know,
before the MMA session.
a couple times. Smoke a little crack, never hurt nobody. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd argue that. It's a lot.
Bro, this just reminded me. You know, BJ Penn smoked crack. I don't know if this is true, but apparently he smoked crack to cut weight. Man, I swear to God, I've heard this.
Does that work?
I don't know.
I'm asking for a
I'm
friend.
asking you because you look like you smoke crack, Ethan.
Hey, it doesn't hurt. You
Keep it together well.
Yeah. Look at me, fucking doing great.
No, look great, look great. But yeah,
Is it
apparently
crack
it's a
that
thing.
makes you pick your skin?
I think that's meth.
They probably all do a little.
What's the difference between crack and meth?
Oh, a lot of differences.
Well, crack's cocaine.
Crack cocaine
Right?
and meth is
like the
amphetamine.
Oh,
Speed, I think.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I really don't know.
I'm sure it will help you lose weight. Like, that's
I mean, all
definitely-
crackheads are skinny.
They're all.
That
There's
is-
no jacked crackhead.
Yeah,
They're all like shredded and like emaciated.
Emaciated is the word. Yeah.
I grew up like working in
Crack
Philly
houses?
with my dad, managing them, doing their books. I grew up working in houses with my dad. He like flips homes and stuff, and pretty much all the help we got, they're like crackheads, right?
Nice.
It's like, you pay them in like fucking
in
water
crack.
and sugar. You know?
Water and sugar.
They're like hummingbirds.
If
they don't eat every like 10 minutes, they-
Dude,
you
you
have
know
like a Laffy Taffy and they're fucking
Yeah,
12
they're
hours. They're good.
zapping, yeah.
I don't know what it's like in Canada, but I know you know this. Like the carnivals in like at least Jersey or the U.S., they're run by crackheads or meth. Like
Yes.
that guy does meth.
Yeah, carnies, man.
Do they? That's in Canada too.
Oh yeah, I think it's
How do we
that's a
trust them?
carnival thing.
How do we trust?
you
They're
them?
the
don't trust
only people that are gonna do that stuff.
Dude, I would.
Coherent
love
people
those
are not gonna
rides.
work in a goofy fucking.
Yeah, you let your
carnival.
kid on the Graviton.
Yeah.
This guy's like
Yeah.
doesn't even know how to work a
This guy's
screwdriver.
missing teeth. He's like with a screwdriver. He's like, all right, everyone's strapped in, good to go.
Like, how is that legal? That just sounds horrible.
there's
All the
definitely
animals are
some
bad too.
loopholes.
They beat the shit out of the animals. And
Damn.
Oh,
yeah, the animals.
It's sad.
Pretty sad.
Yeah.
That is.
Can't support it.
that
I
is-
did. I do like the Ringling Brothers though. Animals are kind of fucked, but they get up in they do the ball with their motorcycles. That shit's.
That's
Oh,
fun.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
are
I've
crazy.
seen that,
Those
I've
are
seen that.
insane.
Some of them are athletes too, like the Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're climbing each other. And
Yeah,
stuff.
those are real athletes. I wonder if they're making decent money.
Probably 100 racks.
You think?
To
do that? All right.
I don't think millions.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I
I
wonder
couldn't
if
even
they
guess
get
a
paid.
number.
Yeah, I don't know.
couldn't even guess a number.
Well, I guess that I was correct.
Yeah. So
we
you
won't
don't need
look
to
it up.
guess anymore. Okay, I
we
gave
won't,
you the
we won't
answer.
look it
Yeah.
up. We won't fact check that. All right, guys. This was first episode of the Simple Man podcast with the Simple Men. I'm Damien Anderson, aka Damien.
I'm Nicky Rod.
And I'm Ethan Crelinsten. That's it.
This was the Simple Man podcast.
If you guys weren't doing jits, what would you be doing?
Crack.
I'd have, I'd be doing crack.